Hello, and welcome to Boho Yoga's virtual practice series, 8 Weeks to Strong and Calm. I'm Rose Schneider, co-owner of Boho Yoga, here with your 14th installment of yoga and meditation. We'll begin today in a comfortable, upright seat. Please pad your hips generously so that your knees can fall below your hips and you can lengthen the spine out of the pelvic bowl. As you're ready, you can allow the eyes to close, or if you prefer, keep them open and find a fixed point for your gaze. Feel free to shift the weight back and forth through your seat. And settling into your comfortable upright shape. Begin now to inquire into the state of the body and into the state of the mind. Expand the full reach of your inhale into the body. And as you exhale, grow along your axis, crown to tail, tail to crown. Allow the face to soften and the jaw to relax. Practice coupling the mind with the breath. Following the full reach of the inhale into the body. And exhale, drawing the navel back towards the spine. Keep moving your breath. Continuing to scan the body with awareness. Making any adjustments you may need for balance and ease. Notice the quality of the mental energy. And if the thoughts are active, through our next moving meditation, could you observe the mental content collapsing into a singular point? And then dropping the mind stuff into the light of the heart center for clarity and illumination. Through the inhale, take the hands to the sides of the head. And then as you exhale, gather up your mental energy, bringing the hands to meet. Breathe as they touch. And then exhale, dropping the mind towards the heart. We'll repeat that again. Inhale to contain. Exhale to collect and focus your awareness. Breathe as the hands touch. Exhale, mind and the body. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, collecting and focusing your awareness, dharana. Breathing when the hands meet. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Take the hands to the sides of the hips now. Inhale, let the heart shine. And then exhale, gather up the vital energy. Hands meet just below the belly. Breathe as they touch. And then exhale, drawing the life force back up into your form. Parking the hands right at the heart. We'll use the press of the thumbs into the sternum to shift the position of the shoulder blades. Press in and up. Ease up through the back of the neck and jaw, and take the breath from the back of the lungs into the front of the blades. Good. Softly open the eyes, and then shake the hands out. Feel free to switch up your seat in any way that's comfortable. We'll open the palms here, really stretching the fingers wide. And now bring the pinky finger to the thumb, and then open up. Bring the ring finger to the thumb, and then open up. Middle finger to thumb, and then open up. Index finger to thumb, and then open up. Pinky finger to thumb, and open up. Pinky finger to index finger, and open up. Pinky finger to middle finger, and open up. Pinky finger to ring finger, and open up. Ring finger to thumb, and open up. Ring finger to index finger, and open up. Ring finger to middle finger, and open up. Ring finger to pinky finger, and open up. Middle finger to thumb, and open up. Middle finger to index finger, and open up. Middle finger to ring finger, and open up. Middle finger to pinky finger, and open up. Ring finger to thumb, and open up. Ring finger to index finger, and then release. Ring finger to middle finger, and then release. Ring finger to pinky finger, and then release. Circle your wrist. Find the interlace of your fingers, and then as you exhale, press out and then round in. Through the inhale, pick up the arms. And then as you exhale, bring the palms behind the head. Give your head a little bit of support and traction, and breathe. And then parking the head right atop, we'll go ahead and shake out. Meet me on your side body, supporting the head with a pillow. I'll start on my right side, drawing the knees up. And then you can support the thighs if the low back is tender. Stretch your left arm over your ear, and then backstroke the arm a few times, just lubricating up the shoulder joint. Keep that steady stream of your breath. And then when the arm makes its way to back body, observe the sensation of the pec and pec minor stretching through the weight of the arm, and then just work your arm up and down that smaller arc of the circle. For a moment here, we'll settle into the supine twist. I'll bend at the left elbow, taking my gaze up towards the ceiling. You may decide to let that left arm drop back behind you or use support to hold the weight of the arm. Big deep breaths here, feeling the breath move into the shape. And then through the exhale, drawing the navel to the spine. You may opt to turn the gaze towards your left hand. We'll be here for just about 3 more breaths. Before you roll to back body, turn the gaze back up towards the ceiling. Take your time lifting one leg and then the other. Meet me on the second side. Setting up the same way. Right arm reaches over the ear, and then we'll backstroke the arm a few times. The flossing through the shoulder girdle here, arm moving up and down that smaller arc. As you're ready, release the weight of the right arm back, turning the gaze up. Option to support the right arm, and just settling into your shape. Moving breath through the body. Option to turn the head towards the right hand. Last couple of breaths here. Bring the arm around. And then take yourself all the way up. We'll meet on hands and knees, using the bricks up underneath the hands. Feel free to pad your knees here. Taking the bricks to the highest height. With the toes tucked, let's move through a few rounds of cat-cow, dropping the belly on the inhale, and then exhale, rounding in, releasing the hips towards the heels. Breathe. And then inhale, coming back into the arched pattern. And exhale, rounding, hips towards heels. Pause and breathe. Inhale, taking it back into your cow shape. And exhale back towards child's pose. And then meeting back on hands and knees. Bricks will drop to height 2. And then we'll take our elbows onto our bricks. Sitting the hips up and back for puppy pose. Let's press our finger pads together, using the reach of the hips up and back to lengthen through the underside of the arm. Breathe. And then back upright. Hands will rest on the edge of the brick, and then you'll pick up to your downward facing dog. With the hands supported, hopefully you're able to shift a little more weight towards the legs and feet, and if not, could you then widen the legs apart so that it becomes a little easier to take weight out of the hands and shoulders. Keep creating length through the side waists. Exhaling the navel back towards the spine. Okay, meet me back on hands and knees. And then take the bricks on to the highest height. We'll slip now our right foot through. Tucking the left toes under and then lifting the left leg up. Press back through the heel and press into the ground with the right foot. Feel the strength of the legs. As you exhale, fold over your straight leg. As you inhale, roll to your lunge. As you exhale, find your fold. Breathe here, back towards the lunge. And then exhale to the fold. Last one, flowing with breath. Pick up the toes, point and flex. And then release the left knee back towards the ground. Walk your bricks back, rising up here, heart bright. Press firmly through the legs, and then isometrically draw the left knee forward and the right knee back to lengthen the left quad. Pick the arms up into your Anjaneyasana. And then through the next exhale, drop the right arm down and then take the left arm up and over, a little side stretch. Good. Back up through center, release the left arm. And then exhale, fold into your half splits. Inhale, back towards the lunge. Exhale towards the fold. From here, we'll start to turn the right toes to the right and then sit a bit into the left hip. Reach through the ball of your right foot. Breathe. Back towards the lunge, and then releasing right knee to mat. Wag out the hips, and then slip your left foot through. We'll take the slack out, levitating the right leg, and then as you exhale, fold over into pyramid. Inhale to your lunge, and then exhale to your fold. Back and forth a few times, flowing with your breath. Last time. On the fold, engage the leg, point and flex the toe. And then release the right knee to ground. Walking the bricks back, finding the high-low lunge. Move the breath through the shape. Root the legs, drawing the right knee forward, left heel back. And through a sturdy base body, pick up the arms. Exhale, reaching the fingertips high to sky. Dropping now the left arm down. Inhale, reach a little higher. Exhale, side stretch. Right arm drops. And then through the exhale, draw the navel to spine and sit the hips back, flexing the left foot. Inhale, rolling to lunge. Exhaling to fold. Inhale, coming to lunge. And then exhaling to fold. Meet me back towards the lunge. Pick your right heel up, spin it down to ground. Keep the left hand supported, and then sweep the right arm up and over as you straighten the left leg. Find your triangle pose here. Rooting through the strength of the legs to lengthen the side waists. Spin the heart up towards the right hand. And then taking the right arm over the ear. A little micro bend into the left leg. Maybe picking your brick up, ooh, that's hard, and then come up and over. Switch hands, turn the legs, drop the brick down to the right side. Inhaling, sweeping that left arm up. Exhaling, rooting the feet, lengthening the side waist, and spinning the heart. Make that right leg really long. Send breath into body. We want to keep from dumping the weight into the right hand. So really work the feet and legs into earth. And then you can go for the side stretch, should you need. Gentle bend into the right knee. And then take yourself all the way up to stand. Walk your feet together. Meeting me at the top of the mat. Feet can be together or hip width apart. Root through the four corners of your feet. If you can't feel the four corners of your feet, lift and spread your toes. Arches lifting. Reach the toes forward and down, and then press into the big toe mound and outer heel, into the inner heel and little toe mound. Hop or step the feet wide apart on your inhale. Externally rotate the left leg, hip, knee, ankle, toe, and then kickstand the right heel out. Walk your right leg back, sinking into your warrior two. Press through the feet, lift the heart. Find one more breath here. And then we'll drop the right forearm to thigh, taking the left arm over the ear, side angle. Parsvottanasana. Inhale, come all the way up. Turn and turn. Exhale, Virabhadrasana. Just two breaths. Bring the right forearm to the thigh, and then take the left arm over the ear. And breathe deeply. Really make it a side stretch. And coming back up through, turning all 10 toes to face the long edge of the mat. Exhale, hop or step the feet together. Inhale, hop or step the feet apart. Exhale, bring the hands to the hips. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind the back. Switch your interlace here to the non-habitual. Breathe in, picking up from behind the heart. Breathe out, fold in. Root through the legs and feet. Supple through the elbows. Release the arms. Catch a hold of your big toes with your peace fingers. You're welcome to bend the knees as much as you need. As you inhale, come up halfway, reaching the heart forward. As you exhale, widen the elbows, drawing the torso through. Press toes to fingers, fingers to toes. Breathe. Come up halfway. You may decide to have your bricks out in front for support. We'll turn the toes out and then dip a little bit into the right knee. Back up through and then dip a little bit into the left knee. So we're just going to keep going back and forth, continuing to breathe rhythmically. And you're welcome to dip a little lower if knees permit. If you're feeling stretched through the inseam of the leg already, you can stay where you're at. And then meeting me back into the neutral position. Exhale your hands to your hips, flat back. And then inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hop or step the feet back up underneath the hips. Stand tall. Breathe. Stand tall. Let's use our bricks now as support for the foot. Step up on the brick with your right leg. Go ahead and let the left leg hang for a moment, taking a little bend into the right knee. We're going to stir the leg here, left leg, working a bit into the outer left hip, and playing around with the balance. Go ahead and step your left leg back so that now you're in a warrior one with the right foot supported. You're welcome to lift the heel into crescent lunge, bending at the right knee, reaching the arms overhead. Bring the gaze up, length through the left hip flexor. Keep breathing. Next, exhale, draw the left knee up to the chest. Find the interlace of your fingers around the thigh, and then kick your leg forward. Let's bend the knee, and then place the foot on the leg for tree pose. Pressing the leg back into the foot, option to lift the arms. Continue breathing here. Take the left arm down. Reach up into the right fingertips. Check out a little side stretch. And then come all the way back up. Exhale. Drop the left foot down. Shake the right leg out. Pause for a moment. Grounded in your Tadasana. Feel the effects of your work. This time we'll step up with our left leg. Letting the right leg hang. And then tracing the circles with the right leg. And then stepping the right leg back behind you. Wide base of the legs. Reaching the arms up. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Option to bring the right knee up. Interlacing the fingers behind the thigh. And kicking your right foot forward. Bending the right knee, placing the foot anywhere on the leg, and the leg back into the foot. Taking the arms all the way up. Vrikshasana tree pose. Keep the arch of the left foot lifted, rooting through the four corners of your feet. As you're ready, right forearm drops to leg, left fingertips lift, and then we arc over. Release from your tree pose and stand in Tadasana. Let's come to the wall now, using the wall to stretch the calves. You can either lunge at the wall, taking your right heel back, left knee forward. This should give you a nice stretch through the calf. You'll take that on each side for 3 to 5 full breaths. If you have 2 bricks, you're welcome to use the brick method as well, which is placing a brick horizontally against the wall and then using a little bit of an incline. You'll notice that the brick is not super hiked up here, but just a little bit to make it safe and sturdy, but less angle. So you would set your brick up against the wall and then step up. Lifting up through the heart, maybe leaning in a little bit should you need. Take the time to finish where you're at. And then meet me back at the mat. Standing now at the top of the mat, we'll sweep the arms up, finding our Urdhva Hastasana. Reach up into the fingertips and maybe a little back bend. As you exhale, take a dive over your legs, spread your toes. As you inhale, lift up halfway. As you exhale, fold in navel to spine. I'm taking it all the way up to stand. Inhale, strong legs. Exhale, pressing the air down. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, folding in. Half lift. Exhale, stepping the legs back. You can release the knees to ground. And then we'll do just a little baby push-up here, drawing the elbows back, rooting through the heels of the hands. Press back up as you exhale. Inhale, elbows draw back. Exhale, press up. Last time. Inhale. Exhale, press up. Sit back towards your child's pose. Knees can be together, if that's comfortable for the body. Arms come back behind you, resting in the seed form, 2 breaths. Wrap the hands around the heels. Keep the bind as you lift the hips up, dropping the top of the head to the mat. Breathe in. And breathe out. Releasing hips back down, hands up underneath you. Taking yourself back up to hands and knees. Find a tuck of your toes, and then drop the belly down. Pick up the hips and the head. Exhale, press the floor away, rounding through. Inhale back into your arched pattern. Exhale to your round. Last time. Meeting back into a neutral spine. Let the hips sit over to the right and then walk the hands over to the left. And travel just a little more with that right hand. You can pop up onto the finger pads. And then walk your hands back to neutral. Take the hands around towards the right, sit towards the left. And pop up onto the left finger pads, nice long left side arc. And breathe. And come back up to the neutral position. And then you can either sit back on the heels, or you can place a brick or two up underneath the seat. Bring the interlace of your fingers back behind you, and then lift up through the back of the heart. Okay. And then release. As you're ready, peel the hips up and back to your downward facing dog. Release the weight of the head. Inhaling the breath all the way up to the top. And then exhaling the breath entirely from the body. Releasing the knees down now. Setting bricks off to the side. Let's cross at the ankles and then sit back, stretching the legs out. Sit up nice and tall in your Dandasana, your seated staff pose. You may decide to pad the hips. Through the exhale, press the legs into the ground, drawing the navel back towards the spine. Keep the jaw soft and take the gaze down the tip of the nose, Nasagda Drishti. Bringing the eyes and the mind towards single-pointed focus. Bend now the left leg. Finding a tree pose on the ground here, Janu Shirshasana. Again, you may decide to pad the hips. Grab a yoga strap even if you can complete the bind. We'll take the strap around the arch of the right foot. Pressing the foot into strap, pressing the right leg to ground. As you exhale, take a little bend at the elbows. Keep reaching the heart. Take your time. At some point, it may feel nice to forego the strap and bind the foot. Again, inhaling all the way up and exhaling all the way out. Allow the left thumb and fingers to straddle the left thigh right at the hip crease. Go ahead and roll that left thigh to the left, and then inch your left shoulder up a little. Try wrapping the left kidney a little more towards the right thigh, sending breath into the flank. Okay, and then release that external rotation. Last breath here, Janu Shirshasana. And then taking it all the way back up. Cross at your ankles here. We're going to lift up. You may decide you want bricks up underneath your hands. As you exhale, try to pick the hips up off the ground and lower down. Switch sides for your Janu Shirshasana. Starting with a strap around the arch of the left foot, pressing the left leg into the ground to grow the torso long. Simply bending at the elbows, tilting forward with the chest. Take your time, breathe here. Folding in. Option to release the strap and bind the foot. And please continue to breathe rhythmically, fluidly. Observing how the breath moves through the shape. And straddling the right thigh with the thumb and fingers, roll the right thigh to the right, and then hiking up the right shoulder to increase the distance from shoulder to hip here, hopefully feeling a stretch through your QL, your quadratus lumborum, your flank muscle there on the side back body. And then you can even micro move a little bit, a little arc. Try wrapping that right kidney a little more towards the left thigh. Sending breath where it's needed. Last breath here. And then wrapping the right hand back to the foot. And slowly taking yourself all the way back upright. Crossing at your ankles. Maybe you use your bricks. Exhale to lift, and then sit back down. Bring the soles of the feet together and the knees apart. Bring your fingertips behind you, pressing into the finger pads to lift up. Spread the toes wide, open the feet. Keep the jaw soft. Find a little tilt forward, sending breath through the shape. Release here. And then stretch the legs out. We'll use support up underneath our hips. Bend the left leg, folding it under the body in Virasana. If this is problematic for the knees or for the ankles, you're welcome to come onto the belly and then kick the heel towards the hip, reaching for the foot. If you want to place a little washcloth here or something, a little padding up underneath the left ankle, that could help quite a bit. I'm going to bend my right knee, grounding my right foot, and then take my hands behind. Pick up your hips, shimmy them a little towards the heels, and then you can start to lean back to the depth of your choosing. And keep reaching the thigh bone towards the knee. And if you're pretty open through the quad, you're welcome to remove the brick from up underneath the seat, dropping the hips towards the mat and dropping the torso towards the mat. Breathing in and breathing out. Way back upright. And then bring your right foot either on top of the left thigh or bringing the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Please be kind to your knee. Take the right arm to the right, turn the thumb down, and then reach behind the back. You can either bind with the foot using a strap or maybe the hands reach, or you can just leave that right hand on the waist. Left hand comes to the left knee, inhale to lift, and then exhale, twisting to the right. Keep moving your breath here. Slowly make your way out. And then unbind your legs. Pump and release the quads. Sitting up on your brick, bending the right leg, left foot to earth. Taking the hands behind, lifting the hips, shimmying them, setting them down. Let the pose unfold over time. Reaching the right thigh bone towards the knee. Keep breathing. Slowly making your way out. And then either bringing the left foot to the inside of the right thigh or into lotus if the knee permits. Taking the left arm to the left, turning the thumb down, and then wrapping the left arm behind the back. Right hand comes to right knee, inhale to lift, and then exhale for the twist. Breathe deeply. Let the eyes be wide. And then slowly unwind. Release the legs. And then pump the quads. Bend your knees here for tabletop. Turning the fingers to face the body. Press into the feet, lift the hips up. Drop the head back. Make the arms really long here. As you exhale, try to bring the hips through the arms. Pause for a moment, and then lower down. We'll meet on the belly. Lifting one leg up, reaching it back and setting it down. Doing the same with the other leg. Swim the arms now out wide, tenting your fingers. Give a little jiggle here, activating the legs, pressing the tops of the feet to the mat, lift up with the heart. As you exhale, take a little twist, dipping the left shoulder down. Inhale back up through, and exhale, right shoulder down. We'll do that again, inhaling to lift, exhaling to twist, inhaling to lift, And exhaling to twist. Coming back through the neutral position, exhale to lower down. Take the hands out in front for a pillow, and then drop the forehead to the hands. Bring the legs wide apart, and then just pause for a moment and breathe. We'll take the soles of the feet together, knees wide. And then press the head of the thigh bone into the hip socket, giving the sacrum a little snug hug with the two hemispheres of the pelvis. And then releasing the legs back to ground, walking the feet hip width. Find your way onto your forearms for your Sphinx pose. And then press through the palms, starting to straighten the legs, heart bright. And then forearms to ground. Let's press to hands and knees. And then back into a comfortable seat. And then sitting up nice and tall. Pause for a moment, observe the effects of your work. Bring the head right atop the spine here. Dropping the right ear over to the right, extend the left arm out. Go ahead and lift and lower the arm a couple times. And then bring the right middle finger to the cheekbone, ring finger to the temple, and then just draw the flesh of the face up and away. Wiggle your fingers, and then rotate from the shoulder socket. Release the left arm down. Support your head with your hand. And then pick the head right back up. Again, parking the head right atop the S-curve of the spine. Dropping left ear to the left, maybe a little tilt up of the chin. Right hand walks away, and then you can lift and lower a few times, reaching into your fingers. Option to add the left middle finger to the cheekbone, ring finger to the temple, rotating from the shoulder socket. And then releasing the right arm. Support the left cheek, and then take the head right back up. We'll take our bricks or our bolster or folded blankets, and we'll create a supported fish shape. If you're using bricks, you'll want the brick behind the head to be higher than the brick behind the heart. And that could look like this as well. When you're ready, come onto your back body, and this should feel pretty comfortable. So draping the body over the bricks. Legs can stretch out, or knees can be bent. And just receiving the elevation of the heart here. Taking the arms all the way up. Lift into the fingertips, and then exhale, drop the head of the arm bone back into the shoulder socket. Start to take the thumbs back behind you, keeping the arms plugged in as long as you can. Eventually, you'll have to reach out of the shoulder girdle to bring the thumbs towards the ground, and then bend at the elbows, really opening through the pecs. And take the arms out to the side. Draw them up again. Reach on the inhale. Exhale, dropping the head of the arm bone back through. Thumbs move towards the earth. And then wide elbows. Last time, arms wide, gathering up, plugging back in, and taking the arms back. And bringing the arms towards cactus. Snow angeling a couple times. And then draping the arms down by the side. Pause here and breathe. When you're ready, bend the knees and ground the feet. Lift up, remove your support. And make your way to the wall. We'll finish in legs up the wall. You can sit sideways to the wall and then toss the legs. Bring the legs wide apart. Subtle bend into the knees. A little rock of the pelvis. Keep the breath free-flowing. Gather the legs back together. Crossing the left ankle over the right thigh. Release and switch sides. Sliding that left heel down the wall, pressing the ankle and the thigh together. And a gentle wag out. Keep moving breath through the shape. Releasing here. Allow the weight of the thigh bones to release into the hip socket. Letting the legs drain here. Blood flow moving with the aid of gravity rather than against it. Offering the heart pump a bit of reprieve. Bringing fresh, oxygenated blood to the brain. Allow the breath to become natural here. Inviting the breath to wash over the body. Nothing left to do. And please continue to rest, dropping the weight of the body into the mat. Spread through the back of the skull, inviting the eyes to rest in their sockets, and the flesh of the face to soften on the skull. Rest now. If shoulders permit, you're welcome to stretch the arms back behind you, resting your dominant hand in the palm of the non-dominant hand. Please begin now to deepen your breath. Wiggle the fingers and the toes gently. Move the flesh of the face, the jaw, the skin beneath the nose. Go ahead and circle your ankles and your wrist, both directions. And then drawing the knees towards you, making your way to side body. And get the ground up underneath you. And meet me back. Upright. We'll take the hands to the heart here. Bowing the head to the heart in its infinite wisdom. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for practicing yoga. Loka samasta sukhi no bhavantu. May all sentient beings in all the worlds be happy, healthy, and free from suffering. Namaste.